The birth of twins was often seen as a blessing, a sign of prosperity and good fortune. However, the arrival of the Abami twins turned this belief on its head. The night they were born, the sky was unusually dark, and a fierce storm raged, tearing through the village with an intensity never before witnessed. The villagers whispered among themselves, fearing that the storm was an omen. When the midwife emerged from the hut, her face pale and eyes wide with fear, she announced the birth of two girls, Abami and her sister, Abani. From the very beginning, it was clear that Abami was different. While Abani was calm and gentle, Abami had a wild, untamed spirit. As they grew, strange occurrences began to plague the village. Crops withered overnight, livestock disappeared, and the once clear river turned murky and foul. The villagers were convinced that Abami was the cause of their misfortunes. Abami's presence seemed to bring chaos wherever she went. She had a mischievous glint in her eye and a knack for causing trouble. She would lead the village children into the forest, where they would get lost for hours, only to return with tales of strange creatures and eerie sounds. The elders tried to keep her in check, but Abami was always one step ahead, slipping through their fingers like a shadow. One day, a terrible drought struck the village. The once fertile land turned to dust, and the villagers faced the threat of starvation. Desperate, they turned to the village shaman, who revealed that the only way to lift the curse was to confront the source of their troubles. All eyes turned to Abami. Despite her wicked ways, Abami loved her sister deeply. When she learned that the villagers planned to banish her, she was heartbroken. Abani, who had always believed in her sister's goodness, pleaded with the villagers to give Abami a chance to prove herself. But they all refused and banished Abami away from their village. Her twin sister was crying as Abami left the village. Abami set out on a journey to find another village to settle in. She ventured deep into the forest, facing countless dangers and challenges. Along the way, she discovered that her wild spirit was not a curse, but a gift. She learned to harness her powers and use them for good and settled in the outskirts of a village called Ajara. Ajara village was faced with not only drought and famine but death of an infant. This made it impossible to hear the voice of a newborn baby in Ajara village. Their shaman had tried his best to avert this curse and darkness upon their village, but all to no avail until one day, the shaman felt a big light as arrive in their village to rescue them from the venomous spirit ravaging their village. Is it the Abami twin? Watch out for the next part. After many trials, the shaman traced the lightning to the source, but it all failed. Then he performed certain rituals to be able to find this new light in their village who will rescue them from the wicked spirit. One fateful afternoon, a butterfly came to the shaman and led him straight to the outskirts of the dare to where Abami lives. The villagers were overjoyed and finally saw Abami in a new light who will rescue them from their misfortune. Abami saw that this village genuinely needed her help and they value her. They didn't see her as a bringer of chaos, but as a savior and protector of their village even though she is a stranger. She used her powers to ward off the bad spirit and misfortune ravaging the village of Ajara all these years. Immediately that night there was birth of twins and rain fell on the dried land which brought comfort and happiness to the people. Ajara village was free from the wicked spirit curse and their land became more fertile. Humans give birth with ease, livestock flourish and the land became fruitful. Ajara village became center of references of prosperity to other villages all because of Abami twin. She was given a good house and was revered as their high priestess. Meanwhile, Abami's village situations has worsened more to when she was there. Most of their villagers now beckons at the mercy of other nearby villages for food and water. All effort to restore their lost fortune was futile. The news of Ajara's village prosperity got to Abami's village. Abami's village sent an emissaries to Ajara's village to seek for their help in order to get out of their own difficult situation as they overcome theirs. The king of Ajara village told the emissaries sent that their savior is a God-sent strange girl who helped them out of their own precarious situation. The emissaries went to the savior. Lo and behold, it was their very own Abami twin who was banished from her village. With an open mouth they couldn't utter a word to her but went quietly back to their village to deliver the surprises met to their own king. The villagers were all in tears that they used their own hands to send away their savior. After many failed attempts to plead to her to come back to her village to deliver them, the king sent for Abani, her twin sister, to go to Ajara village and plead on behalf of the villagers to have mercy on them. With tears on her face, Abami couldn't control her emotions seeing her beloved twin sister. They embraced each other after so many years of being apart. Abami explained to her twin sister how her banishment yielded to her discovering her true power and how to use them to save people. Abani pleaded to Abami to forgive the past and help their village out of their precarious situation. She looked into her twin sister's eyes and said furiously,